Let's go! Welcome back to another episode of Semen Retention. Okay? Semen retention is the art form of retaining the semen, the sexual fluids inside your body, allowing that seminal fluids to rise up through your spine and send those juicy life force energies into your brain and activate certain parts of your brain that have remained dormant for many years. And as you continue on this journey for a long time, you're going to have quite a bit of a different energy, aura, charisma about you, okay? And the thing is that I'm just noticing your boy, your man, SR, Stephen, I was about to say my last name, Retention. He is just walking through the universe just being like, whoa, I think I'm like, got a bit of a main character syndrome here. Look at all these NPCs wondering who I am. Hey, baby. You know? But the thing is, it is our duty to elevate other people's frequencies as well. It is our duty as retainers to lead the NPCs into becoming MCs, main characters. Everyone deserves to be a main character. As soon as everyone's a main character, we can finally end the simulation and they be like, you know, well done, you all found your role, you all found your purpose, now we're going to unplug the system and you can go back home. Now, what I've noticed recently is I've been interacting with quite a few different people, just at my gigs, just online, all that kind of stuff, having conversations, okay. Now, and there's been a few other things that have been going on around the world simultaneously, like we've got all that conflicts and stuff like that happening, okay? Now, as above, so below. Internally, I have been feeling a bit of conflict myself because being 14 months on SR, I'm like, I just want to feel a little bit of love. I just want to you know, express myself. But I haven't yet. I express myself through my videos, through my music, through my conversations, through many facets apart from expressing myself through there, you know? So what I've noticed is having these conversations with people about my methods and all that kind of stuff is that they're baffled. They're like, how did you know that? How do you know that I've got pain? How do you know that I'm a playful person? How do you know that? Oh, or they're like, wow, you seem like a very interesting, like captivating, intelligent spectacle, you know? And I'm just like, look, maybe I am a rare 1%. I don't know, but I think everyone's got this ability. I don't think everyone's got the ability of yapping on like me. I don't think everyone's got the ability to play guitar and piano and sing and all that kind of stuff. But they might have the ability to be so nurturing to other people and heal them just through their presence. They might have the ability to be very creative and understand how to communicate with other people in order to solder connections and have big events occur, positive events. So not everyone is going to be the front man of the band, but you still need really good songwriters, you still need really good sound engineers, you still need really good venue operators, etc., etc., etc. Everyone's got a role to play, okay? And if you have no shame, you will be into whatever it is you're into, okay? Don't be shameful of the fact that maybe you just want to, you know, maybe you just want to stand at the door of a venue and say hi and lure people into the venue and drag them into the venue because you've got a very likable personality, you know. But anyway, I'm talking real blubbery blah 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 blah. So what I've noticed with these conversations is some people are like really taken back and they're like, how do I do this? How do I get on that frequency? And at first I'm kind of like, well, where do I start with this? I mean, I started awakening from the age of like 14, 15 years old, and it was through music. It was before I ever touched any psychedelic or, smoked any MJ or, watched any YouTubers or got into any conspiracy theories. I realized that there was something in me that had to step forward. And I feel like awakening process is almost like the uh, it's the becoming alpha state. And I don't like, perceive being alpha in a sense of like, you're the top number one dog and blah, 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 and you control the wolf pack or whatever. I'm talking about like alpha being like the advanced state of yourself, because it took me a solid, from that moment, the age of 15, it took me nearly 15 years to get into this real confident, self-made kind of man state. And yeah, essentially, women and men are really admirable. They really are. They're in admiration of people that have these kind of qualities, these kind of traits, this confidence, this inner being that just radiates gold aura. And basically what it is that we need to educate them through not just our own teachings and learnings and insights and knowledge and experiences that we can share. And we'd be like, I did yoga for 13 years. I meditated for a whole week on this app, and I decided to do a lot of journaling, and I decided to do a lot of just living in the moment. I decided to do a lot of dot points and planning and scheduling my day, and I decided to stop eating this and stop consuming that and blah blah blah. It's like, they're all cool, they're all good little things that add to it, but sometimes in order for people to awaken, you just need to just listen to them, just let them express themselves. Like, it's important for people to have their voice, and it's kind of, it's sometimes it's a little bit sad at the fact that a lot of people feel like they can't express themselves. And I'm talking about pure souls out there that are really, really like lovely people. You can tell. When you hear someone laugh and you hear like the way they laugh, and it's just like, it just like lights up the whole world, That's the kind of thing that like I am really attracted to, whether it be in a woman or even just in like friends and kids and stuff like that. It's like, that's that pure kind of energy, that, that high frequency that I love, okay? Now, a lot of people have that in them, if not everyone has that in them, but their hearts are closed and they are conflicted. And this kind of timeline that we're in right now, and this energies that we're floating around within this system that we live in, we are in a conflicting, like a battle state, okay? And usually when all these wars and conflicts occur, it means that internally we are battling with something, as a collective and as individuals. So for me, I realized all these conflicts, it's about me being a bit too strict on myself, me being too disciplined in a sense of like avoiding women. Like, I've been avoiding women to focus on myself, but now I'm an open door for them. I'm not going to be ending my streak or anything like that. I'm not even trying to get in. I'm just listening to them. I'm like, you know what? I've got my stuff together, except for my hair, and I'm currently going on a bit of a money fast at the moment. Yeah, I just want to shed a few pounds. So, basically, you know, I haven't got all my stuff together, but the internal being is solid, is very, very solid, is unbreakable. And I think with that being said, it's like, it doesn't matter how much a woman wants to throw herself at me, I will always be thinking, is she worth releasing for? No. Will she potentially be worth it? Maybe. What do I do then? Well, I keep a distance for them to come to their own senses and for them to understand on the frequency that I'm operating on. Because when people meet me, I've realized over the past week, having conversations with multiple women, like some I've met on dating apps, some I've met in person, and just having conversations with them, is that there's a charisma that I currently possess and an energy, an aura that is infectious. And whether it be infectious from a way of like complete adoration and obsession, or to just like, that guy was interesting. I might go check out his Instagram story and see what he does. Ooh, I'm going to jump out of his Instagram story because I don't want to watch them all. I don't want him to know that I've watched them all. And it's like, there's the threshold of interest, you know, and it's that charisma, that confidence, that inner kind of being that's very like, yep, okay, look, I'm scanning the market. I'm seeing who's on my vibe, who's on my frequency, who has got the inner spirit to match me, you know? Do you need to be completely the same height as far as frequency goes? No. Can you be a little bit taller than me with your frequency? Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to learn, baby. Or can you be a little bit shorter with your frequency? Yes. I'm happy to lead. Now, can you be at my waistline of frequency? I think I've ascended that state of being, if you know what I mean. Now, I don't need to engage and re-engage with people who are just like completely obsessed with me. I don't need to toy with them every single day and be like, oh, hey, baby, let's talk dirty again. I don't need to do that. I don't need to, like, one experience with you is enough to understand that I'm already in your mind. And unfortunately, that's an aspect of my shadow that you're just going to have to accept, is that I've already infiltrated the Death Star and you're about to blow up. And the thing is that when people get onto this, this kind of level of, I guess, aura and charisma and sensuality, receptiveness, you know, magnetism, you're permeating all this kind of electromagnetic kind of aura about you. They can't help but be obsessed. And at some point, they're going to realize, okay, he's not obsessing over me. Maybe I need to, you know, step back. And that's good, because us men, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself here, okay? I've definitely been obsessed with a lot of girls in the past. And it's always a humbling experience when you just step back and you're like, she's not interested. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to move on. I'm going to grow up. I'm going to, you know, focus on myself as I should. So going back to those thresholds, if they're kind of within this certain range of like frequency, and I think we're potentially able to carry on, of course I'm going to catch up with you again. Of course I'm going to do this and that, you know. Of course I'm going to help you learn how to heal yourself. But if you're just an obsessed fangirl over me, like, That's not a dynamic that I wish to exploit, because that's what it is. You're just exploiting someone. But yeah, that's what's going on, man. I'm telling you, I've literally, I don't know. This week has been crazy. Like the last 2 weeks or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's because I focused for 14 months on myself. I didn't release for 14 months, and I'm still holding that energy in me. I feel like every female out there is really attracted to me right now, that like I come into presence with. And especially when I'm doing my thing, my music and stuff like that. It doesn't matter if you're 70 years old cougar or if you're an 18-year-old, young, perky, bubbly girl or whatever. Like, I can tell. And the thing is that at the end of the day, it's just like, again, it goes back to that level of interest. You can tell someone's like super obsessed with you, and you can tell when someone's like, that guy's kind of cool. I'm thinking about him again. Maybe I'll go stalk him a little bit on social media, but I won't fully expose myself. I've got to remain incognito. So, hope you enjoyed that video. I want you guys to really think about, one little tip for you guys that are kind of in an early stage of semen retention. You'd understand that this is a long form process. Stop obsessing about, the end point for you. As the great Alpha T Fitness would say, that's clown retention. That's clown retention! So clown retention is when you have a set date for your semen to be released. You're like, okay, well, it's been 3 weeks. I've been really feeling all these beautiful benefits. Now, to really reward myself, I'm going to kill myself. Oh, yay. It's good to be back in hell. Look, dude, that's clown retention. I'm going to see you on the next video. I don't have anything else to say. Bye.